What brought me to that country was not the search for comfort, it was a love story. But not a love story with my husband. Hi friends, I'm Anastasia and welcome to my channel, Happily Globalized. Last year, together with my husband and my little daughter, we left Germany, where we stayed for many years. And we moved to India. Each time I say this part of the story, people get really curious. And I see lots of question marks in their eyes.
Why?
Forget others, even our parents were convinced that something terrible must have happened. Because why would we decide to leave a safe haven and move towards chaos and uncertainty otherwise? Okay, mom, this one is for you. No, we didn't lose our jobs or got kicked out of the country. We just took a conscious decision to move towards the life we truly wanted to live. Germany is a beautiful and comfortable country to live in. Lots of foreigners find their home there and live happily ever after. The country has a lot to offer to its residents. There is free education, social welfare system, sense of security, and generally lots of perks for those who value comfort and stability. But nothing comes for free, friends. When you decide to move countries and settle somewhere as an immigrant, there are compromises that have to be made, if you like it or not. And to be happy and content with your decision to move, you need to know very clearly what are your priorities in life, what are your values, and generally, what kind of life you actually want to live. Before I tell you personal reasons why we decided to move, I need to say that we never intended to settle in Germany in the first place. What brought me to that country was not the search for comfort, it was a love story. I fell in love, but not with my husband. I fell in love with Berlin. I moved to Berlin in my early 20s. The city hypnotized me with its sense of freedom. Berlin gave me a feeling that it will accept me just the way I am, whoever I am. But then life happened and priorities shifted. 10 years later, I found myself in the south of Germany with a husband, a child, a business, and an understanding that it was time to move on for me. So here are the main reasons why we moved to India at this stage of our lives. First of all, none of us comes from Germany and our own families stay in two different countries, in India and in Russia. We are very connected to our parents and sisters, and this connection became even more important when our daughter was born. I think parents of young children will understand me. Honestly, she has amazing grandparents who can teach her so much. We didn't want to take away from her that life experience, that special connection, this relationship with your grandparents. But at some point, living between three countries became really challenging, and during the pandemic, it was simply impossible. So moving towards at least one of our home countries worked as a perfect solution. And it leads me to the next reason. We wanted our child to be exposed to our cultures and languages for more than just 2 weeks a year during the holidays. It was important for us to speak the same language, and not just in terms of letters and sounds, but also in terms of cultural understanding. By birth, she has this unique gift of being a part of two different worlds. And there is one thing I learned in life. Instead of wasting our energy on something that doesn't belong to us, we can instead capitalize on something that we already have. It's just that often we don't even notice that wealth that is already in our hands. Another reason that contributed to our decision to move was actually our profession and lifestyle. We are entrepreneurs and we have nomadic genes, though nobody knows where these genes come from. We run online businesses and value our freedom to take spontaneous decisions. Unfortunately, German tax and welfare system don't favor such elements. It's a great system for employees and people who live in settled lifestyle, but it has little to offer to the seekers of an alternative path. Well, I'm not a tax advisor, so if you want to dig deeper into this, I invite you to do it on your own. I'll give you another example of the system limitations. At the time of the recording of this video, homeschooling is banned in Germany, and this ban is enforced strictly. The child must go to a German school. It might not be a big deal really for most, but when you have aging parents in a different country, or you want to explore world schooling, for instance, it can become quite a serious problem. Generally in Germany, integration in the local society and the way of life is very important. And I respect that. The influx of people from different cultures and backgrounds is relatively new there. So while it's changing rapidly, the notions of acceptance and diversity are still in their infancy. And the last reason why we moved is really simple. We wanted to live in a tropical country, close to the ocean, and amidst nature. We wanted to drink fresh coconut water, pluck fruits, and source most of our food locally. Now, after I recorded this video, I realized I could answer the question why we left Germany in just one sentence. Frankly, we didn't have any reason to stay there anymore. It's all about knowing what life you want to live and going towards it. Some decisions may seem really logical to others, but it doesn't matter as long as they're logical to you. Don't listen to your parents, friends. Most importantly, don't listen to social media influencers. Your happy place can be anything. It can be a bustling city, or a quiet village, a beach hut, or a mountain mansion, an apartment in a small town close to your parents, a community of like-minded people in the middle of the forest. It can be India, Germany, US, Indonesia, Mexico, Italy, Sweden, Kenya, Japan. There is no single answer. Is India our final destination? I honestly don't know. The only thing I do know is that I'll be always doing my best to listen to myself. So when the time comes to move, I will. Ciao, friends, and I'll see you in the next video.